So, the question, as always, is: are we live? Finally, I've been having a bit of technical issues this morning, but I think we might be live now. Yes, we are live, aren't we? Wonderful, wonderful. Oh, what happened to all the viewers? It was like 100 something, now it's 20. Let's hope that they will come back. Anyway, we're in Akihabara, the place that so many of my viewers always request. So why not start today's walk here? And as we discussed a bit earlier, wow, it's so loud here. Let me just walk down. Let's see, where should we go? Let's walk down here. So yeah, as I discussed with some of my viewers before the stream, they had some requests. So my original plan was to start today's walk in Ueno and then head down here to Akihabara. But after some discussion, we decided to kind of change the plan a little bit. So we're starting here in Akihabara, and then I will walk up towards Ueno, and the plan from there is to continue to the northeast to one of the finest coffee shops in Tokyo that I stumbled across a stream not too long ago, and where we are planning to go again today. Okay, looks like the viewership recovered, and those of you who know, you know. And the rest of you might be interested in a weather report. And also, why am I standing here waiting for it to turn green? Ah, they're shooting something. So let's do a little weather check before we embark on this presumably grand journey. 17 degrees and 43% humidity, moderate UV, moderate air quality. There you have it. Let's start here, and then I will walk down to this crossing and follow the main road through the heart, the pulsating vein of Akihabara, Chuodori. It's a bit chilly today, actually. I keep like putting on my jacket and then taking it off again, because when you're in the shade, and it's a bit windy as well, and the wind is pretty cold. But then when you're standing in the direct sunlight, it's not so bad. And it's pretty early. I mean, just 11:25 right now, so many shops here have just opened, and let's see how lively it will be. Usually Akihabara tend to be way busier in the afternoons than in the mornings like this. Matt noticed that we got 5G. Yeah, sometimes on my secondary phone, which is using Docomo. There's pretty decent 5G coverage in central Tokyo by now. However, it doesn't really make much of a difference. I still find that 4G on Rakuten is more reliable for streaming, at least the upload speeds, which is what matters when live streaming. So kind of weird. Oh yeah, and some of you mentioned, yeah, the old Sega building, right? It's empty now. It does look sad. It does look sad. I'm curious what will happen. Or are they gonna demolish it? Or will just some other company move in there? Who knows? And this one is also empty. That used to be a very kind of like a second-hand figure and idle goods marketplace. Yeah, there's many kind of iconic or eye-catching shops here in Akihabara that has been forced to move out due to the lack of tourists. Did Sega go completely out of business? No, there's still Sega arcades around. Like this one. Here's a Sega arcade, which is open. So there's still plenty of Sega arcades around and operating. But that one, yeah, not anymore. But this one is still alive and kicking for sure, as you can see. But one trend that I noticed in the arcade industry in Japan is that a lot of arcades are actually, yeah, this one also used to be an arcade and karaoke house. It's all bare now. But what I noticed is that many arcades are shifting more and more of their floor space from video games to crane games, which is a little bit sad, at least according to me, because I don't care much about crane games, but I do enjoy video games. So, and here's another Sega arcade. This one is actually relatively new. I think this one has been here for like 5 years maybe or so. Oh, they have a retro floor. I did not know that. This I need to check out. Those of you who know me know that most of the games I care about are retro games. So it's good to see that there's still like retro themed floors popping up. And sorry, the chat is extremely active, so I'm not really reading all the comments right now. It's a little bit too busy. When it's busy around me, I tend to focus more on my surroundings than on the chat. So, yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, crane games, to me they're just a rip-off. That's why I don't care about them. But they seem to be popular among many people, especially like tourists, so I guess that's why. Here we have a very good set of cones protecting someone from somewhere. Maybe this mop needs to be protected from the outside world, so it's being properly coned in. That's good to see. Good to see that the cones here in Japan are still protecting us from all that's bad in this world. Yeah, protect the mops. That's a new one, but sure, why not? And here we also have a very forceful, very potent row of cones along this building, which I think used to be another soft map store, but that is also closed now. And instead, yeah, being protected by all these cones, so that all us passerbys can feel safe and secure. Here we have another kind of iconic and pretty interesting building, this Don Quixote building here. There's some pretty, I don't know, interesting architectural structures here in Akihabara for sure. Like this all black building, Tsukomo, That's a PC hardware store. I sometimes shop there. And I think, I wonder if this building used to be also where AKB48, that horrible band, used to have their like home stage. I wonder if they're still doing that. Are they still a thing? Like, I'm not really, I don't care much about J-pop at all, so I don't stay up to date, but like I remember like 10 years ago or so, then it was really a big deal with all the lives happening there. This is actually where I bought some of my smartphones. This is where I bought the phone I'm streaming from right now, Hyosis. That's where I bought my S21 Ultra that I'm streaming from now. The Japanese stores and restaurants accept UK debit cards? I think so. Most of them do. If they accept cards, they should accept non-Japanese cards as well, mostly. Some online services don't, but yeah, I think in stores it's usually no problem. And there's also ATMs you can use. Usually the 7-Eleven ATMs accept most international cards, from my experience. Also Japan Post is good. Kind of yeah, multicultural if you want to withdraw with a non-Japanese card. Are you going to use the new Pixel to stream when you have it? Yes, that's the plan. That's why I ordered one. I'm hoping that it will be better. If not, I will return it and stick with my Samsung. But I really can't say that I've been like, I mean, I not only use the phones for streaming, I also use them as my like main communications devices privately, and I don't know, I just don't like the UI that Samsung has on their phones. I've been using this one for like half a year now, but I still don't feel very comfortable using it. How many phones do you have? Too many, but basically two main ones. It's the one I'm streaming from now, the S21 Ultra, and then it's my secondary phone, which is this iPhone 12 Pro Max. Japan is still heavily cash in hand though. Yeah, but I must say that since the pandemic started, I've actually noticed that these days I use way less cash than before. Like now it's getting easier to use a card even for like small purchases. Like all the convenience stores have this like tap and pay credit card and debit card readers. So I actually do a lot of my small purchases with my card these days, which is a big change from a few years ago. So yeah, I don't know if it's just me that noticed it now that it's actually possible, but or if it means that they actually changed and that it is more accessible now. But I think these like touch sensitive readers makes a big difference, because then you don't have to deal with putting your PIN code for every single purchase as well. So that's pretty good. Anyway, we are here. We came from Akihabara Station. We walked down the main street, and now we're here at Hiroto Station, which is kind of like where Akihabara ends. So I will just keep on walking to the north, which is this way. It's always confusing on Japanese maps because they put the map the way you're facing, so it's not always that north is up. So as you can see, north is this way. So I will continue walking north towards Ueno, and take a little stroll in Ueno Park. Maybe also do a little sit-down lunch and beer break in Ueno Park would be nice. And then we will continue walking a little bit far today to the joyful Minowa shopping streets. Yeah, some people probably, to a lot of people it makes sense to put the maps that way. Maybe just because I grew up in a country where north is always facing upwards. So to me it feels kind of confusing to have to think about it differently. Anyway, here's the Hiroto Station, which is actually the one I usually use when I visit Akihabara, since then I can go all the way from my home to here with just one transfer. Dimi, no, this is not Ginza. We're in Akihabara now, or we're kind of leaving Akihabara and heading towards Ueno. Yeah, now I'm getting a bit hot again, wearing jacket in the sun, and it's really hot. So one last look to Odori before leaving this area. I think I will take my usual favorite route under the train tracks towards Ueno. Because in my opinion the streets here, like to the down here, are not terribly exciting. They're kind of residential and there's not that much to see there. Weather check. I did weather check in the beginning of the stream, but yeah, we can do it again. Since maybe some of you joined a bit late, it's still 18 degrees here. Wait for the traffic light to change here. Oh yeah, it went up by 1 degree. That's nice. Yeah, it will be, it said it will be 19 degrees today, hottest temperature, so anyway, let's head through here. Someone's asking about Halloween. So there was this request from Shibuya City to not do any major Halloween celebration. I'm not sure if they will actually enforce it or what they will do about it, but yeah, it seems like Halloween activities might be quite scaled down this year, which makes perfect sense, of course. Is Capcom from Japan? Yes, it's a Japanese game company. Some of you recognize this place. It's a pretty neat little shopping street that was built maybe almost 10 years ago now, with lots of small, mostly small designer shops. Kind of like it. I'm quite hungry. I need to get some lunch and have in Ueno Park. I think that will be the plan. Probably just another sad convenient lunch. What are you saying? Nothing sad about the convenience lunch. No, it's not sad when I'm having it with you. Otherwise it can be a little bit sad. Someone asked what this place is called. It's called 2K540 Akioka Artisan, which is a kind of confusing name, but this is kind of Akihabara and Okachimachi, which is the area that this street is between, and this 2K540 is the distance from here to Tokyo Station, 2 kilometers and 540 meters. So that's kind of the meaning of this somewhat cryptic name. I guess artisan because it's mostly like small designers or artisans shops there. I guess I should be on the sidewalk. Soon we will come down to Ameoko, which is this big market street. Whenever I do this walk, it becomes kind of like this, I don't know, greatest hits, slightly touristy spots. But it's nice. I like these areas. And they're so far from where I live, and the vibe is quite different, so it's enjoyable for me as well to come here. It's a really perfect day for a walk today. Egg Baby Cafe. That's a great name. Oh my God. I probably need another cup of coffee too. I think my brain isn't functioning properly yet. Even though I've been awake for 4 hours already. Looking good, man. The colors are vivid. New phone. No, it's the same. It's the good old S21 Ultra. Seems not many foreign tourists. No, foreign tourists are still not welcome to Japan. There's been 0 foreign tourists since what, April 2020? There's actually a little talk, although nothing official yet, but there's some pretty persistent rumors saying that they will start easing the entry rules from next month, but first just for like business travelers, but as a first step. But again, nothing official. Also, let's just admire these cute pandas a little bit. Aww, kawaii. This one is even cuter. Panda Matsuri. So yeah, this is Okachimachi Station on the Yamanote line. Also, there's a major construction going on today, so parts of the Yamanote line are closed this weekend. I think between Ikebukuro and Shibuya, the trains are only stopping in one direction, but in the other direction there's no train stopping. So that causes a bit of a disruption to a lot of people, I guess. Personally, shouldn't be too difficult for me to avoid it, but yeah. Time is it in Japan right now? It is currently 11:50 in the morning, or well, 10 minutes before noon. The wind is strong here. Very, very windy. So yes, now we are arriving at Ameyoko, the famous market streets, which starts here and ends down at Ueno Station. There are Vietnamese people living in Tokyo. Yeah, I think Tokyo has a pretty sizable, or Japan has a pretty sizable Vietnamese community. When will you have your lunch? Hopefully soon. I will buy something and eat it in Ueno Park, which I will arrive at in like 15 minutes. So let's see if we can find any good. Maybe some, I don't know, some bento shop would be nice actually, nicer than Konbini. Oh, thank you Tracy for the coffee money. Thank you very much. First super chat of the stream, is that so? Maybe. I got super chats before the stream started by some of my most loyal supporters, Jenny and Pilot Girl, but I think this was the first super chat since the stream started. Thank you. So for those of you who are not familiar with this place, which I guess is not that many, but yeah, this is Amayoko, which is basically, I think you can safely say that it's the biggest outdoor market street in Tokyo. It's quite interesting. There's not that many streets like this actually in Japan. This street, to me, it feels more like it could be in some other Asian country. Most shopping streets in Japan has a slightly different vibe. This street is more like people are shouting from their stands and selling lots of like fresh fish and vegetables and stuff. It's a bit different. Ah, thank you, Jenny, again. Wow, you're super generous today. Thank you so much. Did you win on the lottery or something? So yeah, it's very lively and dynamic, and you know, fresh seafood. If you're into that kind of stuff. Also a lot of kind of hole in the wall kind of places selling food. It's fun. I like to come here at night. Then it's very atmospheric. Right, Yamaguchi-san. This place has been around since just after the war, and they used to sell kind of, yeah, black market goods like military stuff and so on. At least that's kind of what the popular history says about this place, although there are a few other variants as well. But yeah, it started as a black market. I think that's pretty much for certain. And there's also, let's take a quick look at that as well. There's also this shopping street directly under the train tracks as well, which is quite interesting. Then here on the other side of the tracks there's also a bunch of shops, mostly clothes shops here. Why are these markets cleaner than the residential areas in my country? Yeah, because it's Japan. Japan is generally a pretty clean country. And here, this part has lots of izakaya under the train tracks. I'm surprised, it's actually way more lively than expected. It's still not even noon. But I guess lots of people are hungry for lunch already, just like me. Now we're back on the other side again. The west side of the train tracks. This is. Ah, I see that you're talking about Dune, the good old classical video game. I had lots of fun with Dune 2 on the Amiga, I think. That was kind of like the first real-time strategy game that I played and really enjoyed. Let me just snap a photo here. So, we are now at Ueno Station. Walked pretty quickly today. It's just been half an hour since I started the stream and already passed both Akihabara and Ueno. So let's think about my food options. I think I will just start by getting some basic stuff here at the convenience store, and then I might also top up with some food from the food stands next to the shrine. I might try some of the food there as well, but let's at least get something to drink and maybe a onigiri or two here. Devil Spear. That's interesting. 5%, so it's not too strong. Let's try this one. Let's try the Devil Spear. And some fancy onigiri. Let's do ikura, which is the salmon roe, as well as some goose. Perfect. That'll be it. Fukuro mo. Hai. 追加でお願いします。あ、はい。
お待たせしてすみません。
はい、
どうも
ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございました。
Okay, we have beer, we have onigiri. That's a good foundation for a great day. For a great lunch on a great day. Ah, yeah, of course. not so logical anti-corona measures. So it's perfectly fine to go and eat at a crowded izakaya, but you're not allowed to sit here and eat and drink because of the pandemic. Makes very much sense, yeah? Yeah, and here's also cones to separate the crowds. Are the leaves starting to change in Tokyo? Not really, no, not that much yet. But I think if you go a little bit to the outskirts of Tokyo, you can see some nice autumn leaves now. I was actually planning to go on a hike today in the mountains west of Tokyo. But then I realized that I have a little bit of work to do, so I couldn't really treat myself to spending the entire day out of town. So instead I'm here for the stream with you. But you can see, yeah, some of the trees here are pretty bare, but they're cherry blossom trees, so they are bare for a pretty large part of the year. It's appreciated. Thank you, Brad. Thank you. Good to hear. Good to hear. So let's see if we also have these stupid restrictions down here. No, I don't think so. I think I can actually find a place to sit here. Perfect. Perfect. This might very well be the thumbnail photo for today's stream. There you can hear the bell, right? Yeah, that's probably from a nearby shrine or temple. Jenny asked me to visit one of the places here in the park, so I will do that after eating. But yeah, first let's grab a bite. Zoo is not open yet, it seems. Right, Ueno Toshogu Shrine. Thank you, Jenny. Yes, let's go there after a little beer break. So maybe, yeah, it looks like I can sit down there. And it's shade and there's plenty of seats, so let's just get something from one of these little stands here as well, so that my lunch is a little bit more rewarding than just 2 onigiri and a beer, because that's indeed a very sad lunch. What should we have? Let's see what options there are. Takoyaki. Banana choco is not. That's dessert, not lunch. Kaisenyaki, so fried seafood stuff. Squid. Also karage, fried chicken. And here looks like some sort of sweets as well. Okay, pretty limited selection, but I think that mini octopus feels like the most tempting option, I think. Either that or takoyaki. I don't know, takoyakiも美味しいな. Yeah, let's do takoyaki.
はいどうぞ。
takoyaki 1個お願い。
600円になります。
はい。
マヨネーズ青のりつけちゃって平気ですか？
お願いします。はい。
はい。お待たせしました。
はい、ありがとうござい
ありがとう
ます。
ございます。
Okay, we have takoyaki, we have onigiri and beer. It's kind of, yeah, not super healthy, but quite tasty. So I guess that's good. Let's see if we can find a decent place to sit down and eat here. Ideally somewhere with a nice view, right? Because it is a beautiful day. Maybe here. And we got some live music as well, so that's nice. Okay, just a moment. I need to set up everything so that I can eat. Okay, lunch break time. It's a lovely day. And I hope you can hear me all right now with this setup. Let's put this in front of the camera. Takoyaki is usually extremely hot when you get them, so I will start with some ikura onigiri for today. Good. Good to hear that you can hear me. Here's my onigiri. Itadakimasu. It's always nice to some live music when eating. Let's try this devil's beer. Let's see. I don't think I've tried this one before. Kanpai. Ooh. Someone asked about if I'm left-handed because I have my watch on my right hand, and my answer is no. I'm right-handed. That's why I'm having the watch on my right hand. That's also why I'm holding the fork in my right hand when I eat, even though it goes against the norms. But no, I'm very much right-handed. Beers. Oh. Yeah, it's good. I'm just not sure if it's actually real beer because it says osake. Usually beer says biru. So maybe content-wise this doesn't qualify as beer, but it tastes like beer. Okay, first onigiri is down. Let's see if we can get started on the takoyaki, or if it's still too hot. Presentation isn't the best, they're kind of squished together, but hopefully they should taste good. It's a little bit difficult. This is very messy food, and I will try my best not to get any stains on my clothes. It's a little bit difficult to eat. Okay. It was very hot. Sorry. Yes, Yamaguchi-san, do you have nekojita? Yes, I do. I do. I'm not good at eating or drinking very hot things. In Japan, that's called having a cat's tongue. When you can't, like when you get burnt easily. Ask the guitarist if he can play ABBA. Nah, I don't want to ruin this otherwise lovely day. You know I'm not a big fan of ABBA. 京子ちゃんありがとう。空が青くて綺麗、気持ちいいですね。ね、気持ちいいです。Yeah, it's very windy and it's a little bit challenging to eat this while monitoring the chat and also trying somehow to entertain you. I guess I just put the entertainment on hold for now and focus on eating so that I can keep on walking soon. Pedro says, I gotta leave my coffee 20 minutes still before drinking it. Otherwise I will burn my whole mouth. Yeah, I'm kind of the same. Although there are like certain techniques you can use to kind of cool it down in your mouth while drinking it again, I guess. But yeah, I usually also wait a while before I drink my coffee, if I can. I think we have a helicopter inbound. Dan in TAS asked me about the re-entry process to Japan. How long did it take you to get through the airport? It was very quick. When we arrived, I think we were like the first plane that arrived on that day. We arrived at Haneda, by the way. And yeah, I think the entire process took us like an hour and a half maybe, until we were through. So not too bad. I heard horror stories from people who had to wait like 5-6 hours at the airport, but yeah, for us it was pretty swift. Swedish music, what if not ABBA? What about Club 8? Yeah, Club 8 are much better than ABBA, if you ask me. Club 8, that's nostalgic. I haven't thought about them in a very long time, but yeah, I used to be a bit of a fan back in the days, like 20 plus years ago. Dan in Taz, my wife was thinking it was about 2.5 hours. Yeah, I mean it's a gamble. You don't know. I guess my best bet, if you can, try to book a flight that doesn't arrive like midday, but rather like very early in the morning, if possible. But then it's probably less crowded. Moon Prism. Sorry. I'm currently having lunch and beer in Ueno Park. So I walked from Akihabara to Ueno, and after this I will head towards Minowa, which is a little bit to the northeast from here, I think. Final takoyaki. Time to be consumed. These were, yeah, they were good. Generous pieces of octopus inside. So that's a big plus. Me, you know. Hello and thank you for the stream. Saying hi from California. Thank you so much for the super chat. That's very generous of you. Thank you. How about Aha from Norway? I can't say I'm a fan, but they're quite nostalgic, yeah. Take on me. Almost done with the beer. I think I will just save my second onigiri, because this takoyaki serving was pretty substantial, so I'm quite full now. I'll save my beef onigiri for later. This is a fancy onigiri. This one is a little bit expensive. 198 yen for one onigiri. That's almost twice as expensive as the cheap ones. Let's see if it's twice as good. You don't like Scandinavian music so much? Oh, I do. I just don't like kind of, I don't know, mainstream music that much. I prefer, I don't know, less commercial stuff, I guess. He's a Morrissey fan. Yeah, kinda. I would say I prefer the Smiths over Morrissey, but there's some good songs by Morrissey as well, yeah. You like Boney M? No, can't say I do. The best Scandinavian export song was from Aqua. I'm not gonna protest against that. They certainly played a role into, I don't know, promoting the Scandinavian music scene to the rest of the world, I guess. You like Fever Ray? I haven't really listened that much to Fever Ray, actually. Do you know Swedish rapper Sia? Cool. Yes, I do. Actually, I wouldn't say I know him, but I've hung out with him a couple of times. We have many mutual friends. So yeah, I do know him. And yes, Dan Chemistry, it's still beer time. I have a few more sips of this devil's beer to drink, then I will head out. Are you a dad? Yes, I am. I am a dad. And my daughter is actually getting her first major firmware update right now. We talked about this a bit earlier, but now she's really starting to walk. She can take like 4 or 5 steps before she loses balance now. But now, yeah, she's the last 2-3 days she's just been like doing that all the time, taking a few steps, falling over, laughing, trying again and again and again. Rednecks, wow, that's nostalgic. Yeah, not a fan, but they're fun. They were funny back in the days. Will Mini T be dressing up for Halloween? I don't know. Is Mini Explorer 1 year old yet? Yes, she is 1 year old and soon 3 months, 2.5 months right now. So yeah. Yeah, she's the best. Yesterday I was spending the entire day with her. We had a really good time together. But today she will be with her mom, and actually, yeah, I will be going on a little trip this weekend. And but I think I will share the details about that in a Patreon only stream after this stream is over. But basically I'm I have to stay away. This sounds really bad. It's not like we had a big fight or anything. No, but I was planning to go on a trip this weekend to the mountains, as I mentioned, on this hike, and then stay overnight there. I ended up changing my plans but my wife already made some plans with her sister. So it's a complicated story. But anyway, I'm not gonna stay at home tonight. I'm gonna stay somewhere else, and I haven't decided where yet. And I thought maybe I would let my Patreon followers decide where I'm going later today, and where I'll be spending the night, and where I'll be making a live stream tomorrow. So yeah, those of you who are yet not on my Patreon, you know, that's the kind of perks that my Patreon supporters get. They get to dictate my life a little bit more. So if you think that sounds fun, then there's still time to join my Patreon. The link is in the video description. Then you can also join the Patreon only stream that I will do later today, and be part of deciding my weekend plans. So anyway, finishing the beer, let's go. Some people are asking about Squid Game. I don't know, I haven't watched Squid Game. I feel like I'm probably the only person on the entire planet who hasn't watched it, but yeah, I don't watch much TV. Whenever I have free time, I prefer to create TV, like today, like this stream, rather than just watching it. But Squid Game seems a little bit interesting. I might give it a look at some point, maybe when I'm back in Sweden or something and I have way more time on my hands. But for now, I'm just trying to figure out where to put my jacket. There we go. And now we can keep on walking. Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! A dog that hates you. Yeah. So it's funny that that you mentioned CK. So for those of you who don't know, probably 99.9% of my viewers, CK is very kind of, I think, quite underground, not very well known rapper, and he made a collaboration with a band that some of my best friends had back in the day. They were running a band called Slagsmålsklubben. Some of my best friends from my hometown in Sweden. So that's why I know this rapper. So it's kind of very weird that someone mentions this guy on a stream while I'm walking the streets of Tokyo. But yeah, small world. So let's head up to the shrine now and then start working our way towards Minowa. Slagsmålsklubben, yeah. It means fight club in Swedish. Got a bit of a runny nose now. I don't know if it's the cold weather Hay fever? I don't think so. Chinese tourists? I don't think so. No tourists are allowed to Japan, so but remember that there's about 2 million non-Japanese people living in Japan, and the vast majority of those are Korean or Chinese. So yeah. Thank you, Warren from Toronto. Why are shrines rich? Good question. Why don't they pay taxes? An even better question. I have no answers other than maybe it might be political. This place is nice, but I walk through there on every stream I do here in Yoyogi, or in Ueno. Sorry. So let's not go there today. Let's go up here, this little mysterious Buddhist, I don't know what to call this kind of place. It's not a temple. It's pretty cool though. The head of the Ueno Daibutsu. I think the rest of the statue was destroyed. Apparently not allowed to shoot. But yeah, I guess that statue was destroyed in some earthquake or something back in the days. But very grumpy man told me that I could not film that. So let's head down to the shrine instead. Shrines are usually pretty camera friendly places. Such a nice day. They should put no camera sign in the gate. Yeah, I think so too. I think so too. They should, if it's like that. So Jenny, this little portion of the walk is for you. As a token of appreciation for your long time support. Have you been to every prefecture in Japan yet? No, I think there's like 5 or 6 that I haven't been yet. Let's see if I manage to knock those down before I leave the country. It's a bit crowded down here. Lots of people, like a group of people. I don't know if it's some special day today or why. Maybe it's just a group of tourists, domestic tourists. Have you done a Yanaka walk recently? No, I haven't. It's been a while since my last visit to Yanaka actually. It's one of those areas that I always enjoy tremendously. One of my favorite parts of Tokyo actually. Maybe I will go there. Maybe not today, but maybe sometime soon. Yeah, down here is the Ueno Tosho. A lot of people are kind of lining up to. I think that these are tourists, yeah. We're from Toronto. Yes, thank you again for the super chat. Yes, I've been to Shibuya. There's even a Shibuya Halloween video on my channel that I recorded, I think, 2 years ago. So you can check that out if you want. So yeah, I've done it. I would consider doing it this year if it wasn't for the pandemic, but now I think it's not really appropriate. Even if there might be some activities happening, I don't know if I should kind of promote it. So, let's continue. Yeah, all these stone lanterns are pretty impressive, and then this pagoda is nice too. Are people so social in Japan? I don't know if I understand the question. Some people are social, others not so social. In general, I don't think that people are so social here. They're kind of similar to Swedish. Like most of my neighbors, they don't even say hi when I bump into them, which is kind of similar behavior as in Sweden. But I think if you're in the countryside, a smaller town in Japan, then I think people are generally much nicer and friendlier. But I think it's a kind of Tokyo thing, and I think it's the same in most countries maybe. Same in Sweden, like in Stockholm people are not very nice, but if you go to smaller cities in Sweden, people are much nicer. But I don't know. I watched a TV show yesterday when I was home with my daughter. I had some Swedish TV on in the background, and I watched a TV show about this family, Swedish family, who bought a house in Sicily in the south of Italy. And when I saw those street scenes and like scenes of the nightlife in Italy, like families out together in the evenings, it just, yeah, it made me realize that I really like to live in a country like that sometime, where like people are just out and socializing on the streets. Japan is not really like that, and neither is Sweden. Sicily, yeah, I've never been to Sicily either. I've only been to the north of Italy. Sicily seems nice though. Oh, did Ueno Zoo get a new sign? I think so, and I think it's not even completed yet. Wow, can you see? Now it says Ueno Zoo. That's funny. Where in Tokyo are you? I'm in Ueno. Are you using 5G? Sometimes it switches over to 5G, but most of the time it's 4G. Doesn't really make a big difference. Let's go to the zoo. Yeah, Osaka. Osaka is nice. I think in Osaka people are more social and friendly and easygoing. Definitely, yeah. Maybe I should move to Osaka. Every time I go to Osaka, I'm always enjoying it tremendously. So maybe it would be a better fit for me than Tokyo. Who knows? Anyway, let me look at a map actually, because I'm a little bit confused right now. As to where I should walk. I'm not good at speaking Kansai, Ben, sorry. Minowa. Let me take a look here at the map. So according to Google, we are 2.4 kilometers away if we walk the shortest route, which should take about 30 minutes. I probably won't take that route, but something similar. Osaka Explorer would be awesome. Yeah, I mean, I've been thinking about it for a while to at least go there for a day or two and shoot some videos. That would be very nice. Let's see if we can make that happen relatively soon before I leave this country. Yes, there's also some exhibition or event going on. Bonsai! Oh, it's a bonsai festival. A bonsai exhibition. Or no, it's not bonsai. It was just one of the booths showcasing bonsai. Let's see. Let's try. Let's go in here and have a look. We have some nice bonsai. They're beautiful. They're really like real big trees, but just much, much smaller. Look at the roots. So cute. They require a lot of care and dedication. Yeah, they can be like crazy expensive from what I've heard. Oh, I guess you can see that it's extremely windy here. Okay, I guess that's it, unless we want to go for another round of takoyaki. But I'm still quite full, so let's not do that. So let's walk down here. Which village is this? This is Tokyo. This is Ueno Park. Little village. Just a small random little village. On a typical day, do you see at least one Westerner walking around? Yes. If you go to central Tokyo, you will definitely see at least one Westerner walking around every day. In central Tokyo, there's Westerners everywhere. This place is quite funny at night. There's usually a bunch of young kids practicing synchronized dancing around this fountain, or at least it used to be like that like a couple of years ago. Haven't been here at night in a very long time, but yeah, they used to be quite entertaining to watch. Ueno Park, it's not a bad park. Not a bad park. Not bad at all. Have you ever been to München? No, I have not been to München. I would love to go though. Seems like a very nice city. Here we have a little map. So we are basically heading this direction to the east from here, like more like this way, northeast. Here's the Tokyo National Museum, which is some quite nice buildings. I have to admit that I don't think I've been inside, which is kind of weird considering how long I've been living here. But no, I don't think so. I've been to the Contemporary Art Museum, which is also here in the park, but I don't think I've been to the National Museum. I've been to a few of the museums here. There's plenty of museums here in Ueno Park. And also, oddly enough, I don't think I've ever walked on this street that I'm walking on right now in this direction. I walked that way many times. That will take me towards the Yanaka area and Nippori Station. But I don't think I've ever walked here. So, despite calling myself Tokyo Explorer and despite having lived here for 13 years, there's still a surprisingly large number of spots where I have never set my foot before. Then chemistry, thank you very much for the super chat. Thank you so much. Could you do a small interview? I don't really think it's nice to approach people when live streaming, so no. I do occasionally talk to people, but then it's more like conversations that happens more organically. But yeah, street interviews with people is not really what my channel is about. This looks like another temple that I have not been to. More coffee break today. Oh, we are heading to Mr. Coffee, one of the coffee men that my viewers love the most on this channel. So I'm saving my coffee intake until I reach him, Mr. Papa Noel. How did it go, your last photo shoot? Oh, it went well. It went well. Yeah, it was a nice shoot. I edited the photos and sent directly, and the client responded and said that they were happy with the photos, so it was nice. And then today I also have to do a photo shoot after this stream. That would be nice. That would be in the afternoon light, so I think that's gonna be very nice too. It's basically like just outdoor streets and environmental shots from a few spots here in Tokyo. Let's cross here, or maybe not. No, let's not cross here. Busy weekend, yeah, quite busy weekend for me. But not too bad, not too bad. Oh, train is coming. Let's train watch. So many tracks, so few trains. Yeah. So Ueno is one of the hubs, like train hubs in Tokyo, especially with trains traveling like to the north of Tokyo, to northern Japan. So there's plenty of tracks here. There's even Shinkansen platform, but I think that one is maybe underground? Is it? Yeah, I think so. There's some Shinkansen trains stopping at Ueno. Such a lovely day today. Yeah, Shinkansen is underground at Ueno. Yes, thanks for confirming that. We are on top of Ueno Station, basically, right now. SLO 722. And we are heading towards Minowa, where we'll see if we can bump into Papa Noel, the lovely man who runs a little coffee roastery over there. That's the plan for today. This reminds me, I passed here once before, not on this bridge, but I walked down here, and that was last winter when I did my epic Yamanote Line walk series, when I walked the entire Yamanote Line tracks. I think that took me like, what, 4 streams? I think so. Yeah, 4 streams, each maybe 3 hours on average. It's a pretty long distance, but it was a great walk. I might want to do that again soon. I can't believe it's almost a year already. Yamaguchi-san. Yeah, I noticed you've been commenting on a lot of my older videos recently. Thank you for watching. Hope you've been enjoying. And also I saw your comment about the ikitomari. I didn't see that there was a sign saying that. I'm very much aware of those kanji and what that sign means, but I don't remember seeing a sign saying that on that particular walk. If I did, I probably wouldn't have walked down there. Yeah, so I mentioned this before, but my daughter will start kindergarten next month, like less than 2 weeks from now. So from then I will have a little bit more time again. So in November I hope to be able to stream more frequently again and also shoot other videos as well. Hopefully there will be even more walks from next month. They start them young there. Well, it's up to us, but both me and my wife think that it's best for our daughter to interact with others and to hang out with other kids. And personally, I enjoy working so much, so I've had a long, like basically this entire year, I've been on part-time parental leave, which has been great, but yeah, I think now it's gonna be nice to be able to have a bit more predictable working hours again. And work basically to a pretty large extent means doing YouTube stuff these days. So let me take a look at a map here. Basically I just need to follow this big road and that will take me to Minowa, but as you probably know, I don't really enjoy walking next to big roads that much, so I will try to walk on smaller, more interesting narrow streets instead. She will be bilingual, my daughter. Yes, well, to be honest, anything less than 3 languages would be a bit disappointing, if you ask me. Swedish, English, Japanese, that's the bare minimum that I expect from her. I don't know, this is not nice. Let's cross here and walk through the residential areas. Swedish. No, my wife is Japanese. I'm Swedish. Maybe walk to Nippori first and then walk along the Toden. That would be a bit of a detour, I think. Yeah, that would be a bit of a detour. Let's walk through the residential areas here instead. I don't think I've actually been much around here. I think this is turning out to be one of my longest streams for quite some time. Before I went back to Sweden a few months ago, I often did like 3-hour long streams, but since I came back, most of my streams has been a little bit shorter, more like an hour and a half. But now we are approaching 2 hours. Do you like Swedish House Mafia? No, I don't like Swedish House Mafia. Does Mini Explorer have a Swedish or Japanese name? Both. Both. Battery life remaining. Let's see. 56%. So we're fine. We're still fine. Longest over 5 hours? No, I don't think 5 hours. I think the battery is like 4 hours max. I think the longest one was the Yurikamome walk, when I walked the entire Yurikamome. Down Kappabashidori. Yeah, can I do that? Would that make any sense? That's a good idea, if it's possible. In that case, I should just keep on walking east here, right? And I might bump into Kappabashi later. Let's see. Yeah, if I keep walking this way, I will reach Kappabashi. AG Wallpaper became a member. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for joining. Appreciate it. Let's see, what else did you say? Ooh, now the wind is picking up again. Enjoy your stream. Is there a schedule for your streams? No, unfortunately not. I just stream whenever I have time to stream. But hopefully from next month it will be a little bit more structured. Let me know your type of music. So actually my Patreon supporters knows my type of music because I made a Spotify playlist for them. So that's another little perk that people who are joining me on Patreon will get. I should probably update that list. It's been a while since I gave it some love. But yeah. Yeah, that's the Asakusa View Hotel, which is a pretty impressive building close to Asakusa. So we are actually very close to Asakusa now. Place was great. Please update. Thank you, Brad. Thank you. That's good to hear. Yes. Please keep reminding me to update the Spotify playlist if I don't do it soon. Because I always have too much on my table and I always forget doing things. But I definitely think that an update to that playlist would definitely be something that you deserve. Have you ever encountered Godzilla whilst walking around Tokyo? Yes, I did encounter Godzilla a few days ago, or like a week ago, when I did an evening walk in Shinjuku. Those of you who joined me on that walk probably remember. We bumped into Godzilla and he was throwing lasers and stuff, and smoke came out from his mouth. That was pretty cool. The eagle-eyed of you can see Tokyo Skytree. What are your plans for tonight? So my plans tonight is to go somewhere and stay overnight and maybe do another live stream tonight or do a morning stream there tomorrow. And the place that I'm traveling to, it will be somewhere relatively near Tokyo, but exactly where is still undecided, and I will decide that together with my Patreon supporters after this stream. So yeah, I will let my Patreon friends control my life a little bit this weekend and go where they want me to go. So if that sounds fun, then maybe consider joining. That would be an easy way to show your support to my channel. The link is in the video description. No, I will be traveling alone. Kaji-san, left, right, no, wait, back, right, left, turn. Okay, I joined. Okay, does that mean you will join me on Patreon? If so, thank you. Thank you very much. Patreon friends are my most valuable supporters, and it's really thanks to their support and that community that I go on these walks so often, because I really enjoy doing this together with you. Will you visit any other country soon? No, I was in Sweden 2 months ago. We reached Kappabashi. I might go there again soon. But other than that, international travel is still a bit of a hassle. So, relatively limited. Yes, Jenny, you really hate it when you miss the lives. I understand. Ma, it's not easy because they're on such random times, so I'm surprised that you and a handful of others always seem to be able to join. I mean, you probably watched like maybe 90% of my live streams, which is kind of crazy. AG wallpaper, get coffee today. Yes, the goal of today's walk is a coffee shop. So let's see. Also, here's a sake shop, which kind of looks tempting. 1 coin, 2 glasses. Try sake tasting. Should I do that? Should I ask them if it's okay to film while I do a sake tasting? Let me know. Vote now in the chat, yes or no. Yes. Okay. Yes. Okay. Okay. Let me see if it's okay. Sake tasting. 撮影大丈夫ですか？
お酒のテイスティングは大丈夫です。はい。
ありがとうございます。はい。はい。Different regions of Japan where the sake comes from. Shizuoka, Nagano, Ehime, Chiba, Miyagi, Nara. Generally, I think Tohoku has good sake. So let's start with Miyagi in the north.
ちょっと変わってて、一応ライトって書いてるんですけど、それはライトなのは度数だけで14度まで抑えてるんですけど、でもすごい深いですね。チーズがなんか合わせないと、このオリジナルの味が好きっていう方結構いらっしゃる。なるほどね。この夏はね、尽くしてホームだカレー作ってはこれカレーとでもめちゃくちゃそう。はい、
この健康日、はい、あとそうですね。なんかおすすめ。
飲みながらもうちょっと甘いとか、なんかちょっともうちょっと。
ああ、じゃあそうしましょう。じゃあさっきにそれだけで、はい。します。スパイス。Thank you, Dan and Taz. Thank you so much. Super chat for Super Sake. Appreciate it. YouTube でなんか生配信の散歩やってますけど、今日は秋葉原から美濃
今日ね天気もいいので、
そう
昨日だと鈴木さんです。
そう昨日は全然出られなかった。はい、ありがとうございます。素敵なボトルですね。Very nice bottle. Over the rainbow, ready for party. 乾杯。大丈夫です。Yeah, let's see. We might have to remove this audio from this part later, but that's okay. It's very tasty. ご自身のご趣味のチョイスなんですか？お好きなっていうのともちょっと違いますけど、ご縁があったI don't know. I'm so bad at kind of explaining flavors, so I won't even try. But this, I think, is a little bit on the
dry side.
でも13度ある。意外に効いてる。
Not so sweet. Yeah, here it says sharp. Oops. Sharp and balanced is the one I'm having now. Yeah, I wish I was better at kind of conveying the flavor and experience. But maybe I need to take a course or something, learn more about sake, so I can do that next time. How many shots until you consider drunk in Japan? I don't know. I'm pretty weak, and I already had a beer, so I think I will be quite tipsy after these two small glasses plus the beer. But usually, like 5 years ago, it would take way more than that to get me drunk. But as I mentioned earlier, I don't drink much these days. Did you get the whole bottle? No, I did not get it.
大丈夫ですよ。
すいません。これボトルはいくらですか？1600. So it's 1600. 650円。1650. 1650 yen. Mm, 美味しかった。次はもっと甘い。
甘い。
それはいお願いします。
こちらもういつだけど。
Expensive, you think? That's like $15? I think it's pretty reasonable. These are all from like smaller. これなんか作った会社はあまりメジャーな会社ではないですよね。なんかもっと小さい。
ここのストアは、スモールブルワリーが。
ああ、なるほど。
宮城の健康市というブランドで、会社は大沼酒造。
あんまりそんなに詳しくないけど、
スーパーとか、スーパーマーケットとかデパートメントストアには
売ってないです。なるほど。So yeah, they don't sell these sake at the supermarkets or department stores. It's all like from smaller factories or smaller sake breweries. So if you buy the cheap sake, it's like of course much cheaper. But I think for like more limited edition stuff like this, I think 1600 yen is not 1,600 yen is not expensive or anything. Anyway, next one. It's this one. Let's take a look at the bottle first. Kayun. Also nice. Quite different label. Who would have thought that I would do a little sake tasting on today's stream? So I guess you will get to see my slightly drunken face on the Patreon only stream after this. It's not expensive. No, I mean sake tasting 2 glasses for 500 yen, like not even $5 to have a tasting like this. It's I don't know. By my standards, it's super cheap. This is sweeter. I kind of like when it's cold sake. I like when it's a bit sweet. It's smooth. Yeah, I would say smooth taste. I don't know the actual percentage. Let's see. This one is actually 16% alcohol, so it's a little bit strong. So that's the alcohol amount, 16%, and this is the rice polishing degree. So it's 55% of the grain of rice that has been polished off, I guess. But again, don't take my word for this because I'm not a sake expert. previous one had a similar degree of, yeah, same alcohol and also same amount of polishing. Ah, Jangalang, thank you so much. Yeah, already second glass. Ah, this one. I think it's a little kappa sitting on the bottle.
On Upbeat, we're celebrating the duo. James Valentine here, front and centre this weekend's great musicians. We're talking about Takoyaki. Not only a celebrated duo, but
Hoshidas.
in the late 70s, early 80s in America, together they honed a unique vocal guitar sound and continue to this day. On the show, we're looking back at some of their earliest sessions.
Yeah, as you can see, like they're all kind of unique labels on the bottles. It's very nice. I like this one. The little cat wearing what do you call it? Rain boots and an umbrella. Yes. Very nice little shop this. You can see the prices. Like the cheap ones are like 1400, 1500 yen. More pricey ones. Here we have like 3,500. But yeah, sake is like wine, so bottles can go for like crazy amounts if you're really into the high-end stuff. I don't think they serve any food here, Younguchi-san. No. Here's the tasting menu. But yeah, it's a very small place, so I don't think they have any snacks or anything now. Ah, thank you, Hologram Nunchuck, for joining. Thank you so much.
そうですね。まあ、ユズは全然変わらないですけど。開いたら、でもこれとかも面白いんじゃない。あとこれでもなんか。人によっては一回でもあとあんまりロス入ってきてないので。スパイスとピッターなるほど。
Some like yuzu alcohol that looks very tempting. I'm gonna ask about that. Jay, thank you, Jamie. Thank you so much for joining. Yeah, I will try another glass. There was some yuzu alcohol that looks very tempting, and I'm very fond of yuzu in general, so I want to try it. I guess it's this one. This one. Obiten yuzu, like limoncello. I like limoncello as well, so super delicious, they even say. Has to be good. Let's try that. Then we shall get going.
空いてるんでちょっと舐めてみます。いいんですか？話の方で。 とは紹興酒ですよ。他にその
すみません。Un borracho, what does that mean? 'Sorry, I don't want to be too obnoxious and talk very loud or anything, so I'm trying to keep kind of low profile to not annoy the other customers here. But I will order my glass of yuzu liquor soon, as soon as the woman running this place is available. Mr. Drunk, I see. Mr. Miyazaki, thanks for stopping by. We're probably watching the first on-stream sake tasting. I don't think I've done sake tasting on stream before. Let's see if we lose as many viewers from a sake tasting session as we do from a beer o'clock. Takematsu, so you're one of those guys sleeping in the alleys of Kabukicho in Yokohama. I see.その柚子の先も飲んでいいですか？これはどこからの？
これは栃木。
栃木、あ、近い。
栃木小山。神戸で。もし撮るんだったらこれちょっと汚いので。
大丈夫です、大丈夫です。
ここがね、箱あるので。
ああ、そっかそっか。ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。乾杯。Yeah, she was a bit concerned because it gets a little bit stained here, but I think that's the Pope. So yeah, this is good. This is really good. I like this. This I could drink dangerous amounts of. 美味しいですね。本当にリモンチェッロと思ってますね。So a bottle of this is 1,760. If it wasn't for the fact that my bag is already, I'm actually bringing a backpack today since I'll be staying overnight after this stream. So my bag is pretty heavy. So carrying a bottle on top of that would be a little bit annoying. But maybe I will just come back here and buy a bottle of this some other time. You can be addicted to the yellow one, yeah, totally. Although it's a little bit sweet, so I think it's the one that if you drink too much of it, it will kind of make you feel really sick. But for small, this is not that small. But yeah, for a glass like this, it's fine. The music is great. I'm just worried that it will get me into copyright issues. Maybe I have to remove this entire part of the video. Is it similar to Screwdriver? No. This is good. Screwdriver is, I don't know. It's very different. I need another takoyaki. Yeah, maybe later. Yeah. So one thing that I've been thinking about is to make like a very exclusive little box of like a goodie box, like with coffee from Papa Noel and for example a bottle like this and another couple of hand-picked products and sell through Patreon or something. It's just an idea, but it's been kind of nagging me in the back of my head for a long time, and I think it would be great. It's just that I'm a bit lazy when it comes to like physical goods and sending stuff and so on. But I kind of want to do something like that, and I'm sure that some of you would appreciate that as well. But now I finished this, let's get going.はい、ごちそうさまでした。はい、ありがとうございます。800円。800円。It was even cheaper than expected. The user one was just 300 yen extra. Hi, ありがとうございます。どうもでした。ありがとうございます。Okay, that was a nice little stop, but yeah, I certainly feel slightly tipsy now. The name of this place is Kapabashi Sake Sanwa, and kudos to the very kind lady running this place for letting me shoot without prior permission. That was very kind of her. Yeah, this could potentially be a record-breaking stream in terms of the amount of alcohol consumed. I usually do my beer breaks, but not much more than that. But now I had like three more glasses, although pretty small ones, but still.
for someone weak and old as me. I do feel a bit tipsy. So, let's see. Let me do a little map check and figure out where we should be going. Okay, we should just basically head straight up north. So that's what we will be doing. Here's also a tempting shop, Kappabashi Coffee. Never been, but the fact that there's two cones watching the entrance makes me tempted to go, but it also looks like it's not open. Let's find a nice bench to take a nap. Yeah, maybe we should. Maybe we should. Getting drunk and passing out stream. Wouldn't that be something? Yeah, it's a pretty long stream. 2 hours and 20 minutes so far. And for those of you who just tuned in, we walked from Akihabara to Ueno. Had some takoyaki in Ueno Park. Continued walking, and now I just had a little sake tasting break here in Kappabashi, which is pretty close to Asakusa, and we are on our way to Minowa, which is a few more blocks away. So we're 890 meters from Sensoji Temple. Here you have a map. But basically I'm heading straight up now along Kappabashi. Here we have another map, and I think... No, not really. Okay, I was expecting Tokyo Skytree to pop up somewhere over there, but no luck. But Tokyo Skytree is 2.1 kilometers that way. That is where we are now. Now I have to wait a little for the traffic lights to turn green here. Kind of funny when YouTube thinks that I should take a break from watching YouTube while making YouTube. So residential besides being close to the city center. Well, that's the thing with Tokyo. There's kind of like commercial areas are really just next to residential areas everywhere. So even if you're in the smack middle of central Tokyo, you can still find like super quiet residential streets. Yeah, now we're not really in the center. I mean, we're in the outskirts of central Tokyo, I think you can say. To me, Asakusa is like basically, yeah, anything further east or north of Asakusa is not really central Tokyo. I know you're tipsy because you feel like talking a lot. I don't know, do I? Do I talk more now than before the sake break? Maybe. Yeah, this is more what is called the shitamachi, which is kind of like
It's often translated to downtown, but I think that's kind of misleading. I think Shitamachi means more like kind of, I don't know, working class residential area. There's a little bit more nuance to it than just to translate it directly as downtown, I think. Yeah, Roppongi would be more, I don't know, like what does downtown even mean when you start thinking about it? I don't, yeah, I don't know what the exact definition is. Yeah, right. It seems like everybody has different definitions of what downtown actually means. Laid back district. Asakusa is definitely downtown. I don't know. I feel like using like downtown only works in cities where there's like one distinct city center. And Tokyo is not like that. Tokyo is more like a bunch of cities that has all grown together, and each area has its own little center. So yeah, it's just like so much else in Japan. What applies to the rest of the world doesn't necessarily always apply to Japan. Right, Nihonbashi is like the true geographical center of Tokyo, right? So that's, I can agree that Nihonbashi is downtown. That feels a more appropriate than this part. Thank you for the definition, Aqua. So yeah, the central area or main business district. But see, that's the thing with Tokyo. There's no one central area or main business district. There's a lot of them spread out. So yeah, it's convoluted. What is this place? We are now somewhere between Kappabashi, which is known as the kitchen utensils district of Tokyo, and we are heading towards Minowa, which is this area in Tokyo where there's a lovely little coffee roastery where I am planning to end today's stream. Tokyo is big. Yes, Freeman. Tokyo is indeed big. commonly referred to as the biggest city on earth, so it's pretty big, even though even that's a bit of a topic that's up for debate, because within the city borders of Tokyo there's only like 11 million people actually, but when you mention this 30 plus million number, that's like the greater Tokyo area, which also includes Yokohama and Saitama and Chiba and Kawasaki and a handful of other cities. So yeah, the way cities are laid out and administered also kind of differs from country to country to some extent, which kind of makes it a little bit difficult to do this kind of straight on comparisons. Let's see, what else are you saying? Are you going to Kappabashi? No, I was in Kappabashi. I'm leaving Kappabashi now. I was having sake in Kappabashi 10 minutes ago. But now I am heading towards Minowa and Papa Noel, where I will end this stream, and then a little bit later I will do a Patreon only stream. So if you're interested, there's still time to join my Patreon if you want to join that. And today on the Patreon only stream we will plan a little weekend trip together. I will go travel somewhere today, stay overnight, and I don't know where yet, and I will let my Patreon supporters help me decide where to go. And yeah, another bonus if you choose to join me on Patreon, as Melody Matilda mentioned, another bonus is that you get to see my now slightly drunken face. So if that's worth $5 to you, then by all means come join the fun. Do you know how to get the Patreon video to open in the YouTube app? It depends on your device. I'm also having issues with that, unfortunately. Sometimes it works on my iPhone. Sometimes it just opens in a web browser. But I always try to also post a link directly to the video. So try using that and see if that works. This is a very residential area with lots of construction going on. As you can see. But we are almost at Minowa.
I think another 5 minutes or so and we should be there. Have you ever visited Osaka? Yes, many times. There's even a couple of videos from Osaka on my channel. No live streams though, but pre-recorded 4K videos. I think, yeah, we're really close now. We are really close. I will just end the stream when we reach Papa Noel, because I do need a toilet break quite urgently, so yeah. But then I will probably grab a quick cup of coffee with him, and then I will do the Patreon stream. What is your data plan? I'm using Rakuten Mobile, and there's unlimited data. The only cap is that I can't use more than 10 gigs in one day. If I do, it will get slowed down a little bit, or actually slowed down so much that I can't stream. I think it's slowed down to 3 megabits if I use more than 10 gigs in a day. But usually my live streams, even if I do like 4 hours, I don't hit the 10 gig limit. This is pretty good. And the best thing is that I only pay 3,000 yen per month for unlimited data. And it's really good quality, especially in the central or in the major cities of Japan. In the outskirts and in the countryside, it's a little bit more unreliable, of course, but yeah. 3,000 yen is about, yeah, less than $30, maybe like $25. So I think that's pretty decent for unlimited data. World beer, but we're not gonna have any beer now. 5G or 4G? It's both, but most of the time I'm connected to 4G. But both the plan and my phone supports 5G as well. But the coverage of 5G is still not that great. Especially when you're walking around in mostly residential areas like I do. Then, yeah, 5G is not super common. So that's Minowa Station down there. Here's another entrance. Question is, where's this shopping street? I think it's a little bit further down and then to the left, but I need to check my map. Another person joined my Patreon. Thank you very much, Hundelskare. That's such a great username. Thank you so much for joining me on Patreon. But yeah, let's walk down to the shopping street, Joyful Minowa, and let's see if I can show you quickly Papa Noel before
ending the stream. This is also a nice view. Can't seem to join. Can't seem to join my Patreon. That's unfortunate. I don't know why that might be. It should be a pretty simple process, but might be that for some reason certain countries doesn't work or certain credit cards doesn't work. I don't know. Unfortunately, that's outside of my reach. But yeah. Hey Sarah, yeah, I hope you'll be able to join. Thanks for trying anyway. So yeah, almost. I think this stream will be close to 3 hours in length, or 2 hours 45 minutes or something like that. So definitely my longest stream since coming back from Sweden. Is this Route 4? Yes, it is. Well spotted, Takematsu. Route 4, Kokudo 4号 Showa Dori. Look at this perfect blue sky. Not even a tiny little cloud in sight. Does Tokyo smell smoky? No, I would not say that Tokyo smells smoky. Some parts of Tokyo can have a bit of a funky smell, like Shibuya. The shopping streets in Shibuya is a little bit smelly, but more like smells of sewer. But other than that, I don't know. Tokyo, for me, there's one smell which is Tokyo, and that's like the smell of hot and humid summer air, which was something unique that I had never encountered before coming to Japan. So that's like a smell which I find kind of unique or peculiar to Tokyo. But other than that, no. And on a day like today, the air is very, very crisp, quite dry. No smell at all. Maybe a little bit of like smell from the cars. Since I'm next to a big intersection right now, I can smell a little bit of that kind of exhaust fume smell. But other than that, no. There's no specific smell that is like omnipresent in Tokyo. There's certain smells in certain shops that are, of course, quite typical to Japan. But other than that, yeah, the only kind of outside smell that I can think of that I think of as typical for Japan would be the smell of the hot and sticky summer air. The people vape in Japan. It's pretty rare. You do see it occasionally, but it's not so common. Oh, interesting. Here's a big freight train
passing here. Don't see freight trains that often in central Tokyo, but then again, we're in the outskirts of Tokyo now, so. Now we are really right. Smell of oden in konbini, for example. Yeah, that's like a seasonal thing, but that's definitely, yeah, Japan only smell, I guess. If I remember correctly, I think I can pass here. Yes. Yes. I can. Hinoki wood. I wish that all of Tokyo smelled of hinoki. That would have been very nice, but unfortunately that's very rare. Okay, so we reached Joyful Minowa, which is one of the, in my opinion, one of the most charming covered shopping streets in all of Tokyo. It's a really massive place. Generally most shops here are pretty old, has tons of charm. I really like this place. I'm glad some of you viewers convinced me to go here today. It's really thanks to you that I ended up here, and I'm very happy to be here again. Yeah, here you can see it's a really long one. I don't remember if there's some sort of record regarding this street. It's not the longest one. That's the one in Musashi Koyama. But yeah, this one is also pretty long and charming. And I love that, you know, you have your old butcher shop where you buy your fresh meat by the gram. You have yeah, it just feels like someone pressed pause on time on this street like 50 years ago. Not that I know, because I wasn't here 50 years ago. I wasn't even born 50 years ago, but just imagining, it makes me feel like that. Thank you, Asante. Thank you for the kind words. Good to hear that you enjoyed today's stream. Oh, and it looks like we will have, yeah, there we go. There we have the tram passing. So Minowa is also the last stop of the last tram line remaining in Tokyo, the Toden Arakawa line. So it stops now. I did a series of streams last winter when I walked the entire tram line as well. Please check those out if you haven't already. This is downtown. Maybe, I don't know. Like I said, I think most people, like many people, have different impressions. And some people, when they hear downtown, maybe think of something like this, whereas other people rather think of skyscrapers and, you know, business districts. So to others, maybe it's more of a geographical thing, like the actual physical center of the city. So that's why I think it's a tricky word to use. This was an awesome video. Thank you, Yamaguchi-san. Thank you. Thank you so much. So we're almost at Papa Noel now, where I will end today's stream. But like I said, I will take a little coffee break there, go to the loo, and then I will do a little Patreon only stream in roughly maybe half an hour from now. 20 minutes to half an hour from now, I think. Let's hope Papa Noel is open, by the way. Who knows? He could be closed. I didn't check. Oh. It looks a bit worrying, actually.下町は間違いないですね。でも下町と英語のダウンタウンはちょっと違いますね。This, it actually looks like it might be closed. Was it really this far down? I don't remember. Did I walk past it? Really? You walked past it, did I? Oh my god, am I that drunk? Was it open? Doko? Ah, there it is. Yeah, there it is. I see it now. I see the Santa Claus. Oh, but it is open. Ah, my god, I missed it. Maybe I was too focused on showing you this park. And I'm also a little bit drunk. Sorry about that. Anyway, here it is and it's open. Wonderful, wonderful. Here we go. And he's here as well. Let's see. Konnichiwa. 覚えてますか? So, remember me?
何?
Sure. Yeah. Thank you.
You just YouTuber, right?
そう。
Anyway, どっから Where are you from?
Sweden.
Sweden. Wow. 今日も
今も生配信。
生配信？
生配信。はい。3時間ぐらい。
うわ大変だ。
秋葉原から
なんか面
ず
白いとこあります
っと散歩。ここ一番面白い。みんなすごいなんかまたパパノエルに行ってくださいとか。
本当に？
そう
いやそれは楽し
みんなすごい喜んでた。
それ見てる人は大体どの辺の人？いろいろ
でも多分この時間ならアメリカ人が多いですね。そうカリフォルニアとか今。
After pandemic です。
そう。
ぜひ。I'd like to see them.
Can I show you? You wanna wave to them?
Yeah.
Papa Noel, everybody. Mr. Coffee here in Minowa Bashi.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will end the stream here and I will have a coffee with him and then I will see you again later.
Yeah. Be
これから
sure to come to
Yes.
Japan and
そう
my shop.
そうみんななんかここのなんていう焼いてたコーヒー飲みたい。だからもしオンラインビジネスやればいっぱいオーダー来るよ。
おかけになります。
はい。
今日はどうしましょう。
何がおすすめですか？
あったかいのがいいですかね。
そう。
この都電ブレンドっていうのがありますので。
そうですね。
これなんですか。飲んでみてください。
ここで
はい。
作った豆ですね。はい。じゃあそれでお願いします。
どうもありがとうございました。すいません。またやってください。はい。気をつけて。
はい。じゃあそれでお願いします。はい。That was a good walk. Thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you soon again. And one last time, you're still
a little bit of time to join my Patreon if you want to join the Patreon only stream soon and decide where I will go on a trip for the rest of this weekend. If not, you can just watch the stream tomorrow and see where I ended up. That's fine too. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for always being so awesome in the chat, and thank you for just making my life so much better. See you next time. Bye.